Why would you go back now?
I would go back to Housewives now because my life is so very different. And during the seasons that I was on, I had so much turmoil in my home life that I didn't get to be as authentic when I was with the cast. I was always worried about what repercussions things would have with my home life. And now I have such a supportive husband, and I could really open up and be more of myself. And I'm back to my happy self, and I'm able to be fun loving and live in the moment as opposed to always being concerned about the ramifications or what might happen when I get home. So just having the freedom to really be myself and having a support system around me. I use the reference, but it's like I have my Mauricio and my Ken, like Lisa and Kyle have, and having that to go home to, I believe makes all the difference in how I would behave on the show.
You mean if you go back, we may not see any new cat memes with Taylor Armstrong?
I don't think there'll ever be a replacement for the original cat meme.
I don't think so either, Taylor. I don't think there's going to be any housewife meme that will ever replace that particular Taylor Armstrong cat meme. But we would see a different Taylor. So I think I'm all for that, right? If you went back.
Yeah, I think it would be interesting for me to be able to be who I really am as opposed to the ghost of myself that I was during those years.
What show would you go back to though? RHOC or RHOBH?
Well, therein lies the problem. So Andy is not open to having people switch cities. So I guess I would have to go back to RHOBH, although I think it would make sense for me to be on Orange County. I know he doesn't like the city switching because it seems inauthentic, but it's different if it was, let's say, a New York housewife who all of a sudden was on Beverly Hills. I think that reads a little more false than someone who lived 45 minutes away from here, 30 minutes, however, depending on traffic, who it's, still California. There's some similarities there. And I think it's a little bit more believable that way.
And I think it's like, in a way, you're not switching cities. It's not like you were there last season and now you're back. It's been so long, 11 years, as we pointed out at the beginning of this. I don't know. I think it's time to shake the rules up a little bit.
All right. Well, you make the call.
I mean, you live there, you're friends. Are you friends with anyone like, I mean, we don't know who the cast is going to be, but like Kelly Dodd, Gina Kirschenheiter, Emily Shannon, like any of these folks that were there last season, Bronwyn?
I am friends with Kelly Dodd, and she and I actually have a long history, so it would be a fit. I know some of the others, but just I know them. I don't know them well.
You and Kelly Dodd, I think that's all we need to know, Taylor. I think this is all we need to know. Like, I mean, I'm sold. Let me make a few calls on your behalf and I'll get back to you.
Okay, perfect. Have your people call my people.
I will. Looking back, what advice would you give to Taylor Armstrong, 2010, signing up to join Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, like knowing what you know now?
That is a really good question. I just wish I would have been more of myself. I wish that I could have enjoyed the ride more and not let all the pressure surrounding my marriage have such a huge effect on my participation. I feel that I would have liked to just had a lot more fun with it and not let all the fear surrounding my personal life have such a huge effect on it.
Do you think to that effect, like America, because like we all remember everyone, whether they've been on yesterday or like, do you think America has it wrong when it comes to you? Like, do you think you're misperceived or, like you said, like you're fun and, your life is great now. Like, do you think when people think of you from Beverly Hills, like they have the wrong perception?
When I started watching season one, and one of my best friends, lifelong friends, called me and said, "I don't know who that girl is on that show, but it's not you. It's nothing like you, and I don't know what's going on with you, but I'm worried about you." And that makes me sad because that is how I am perceived, and I think a lot of people have um, a sadness, a perception of sadness around me. And I would like the opportunity, or, you're giving me part of that opportunity to let people know that that is not who I am, and that that sadness is gone. And it is something that I've moved on from. And I I like to be able to share that, so thank you. And a lot of what I do with public speaking, I get the opportunity to talk about how that was a lifetime ago for me, and that part of me is recovered. Um, so yeah, I think there is a misperception about who I am because of the stress and fear that I was living with.
Well, you're welcome. I'm glad to give you this opportunity. Thank you for joining us. On that note, how is Kennedy and your husband and, this new life? Like how's everyone doing?
Everyone in my life is doing really well. Kennedy's 15, and she's done a year of school at home. So that I'm happy that she's going to have the opportunity. This was her freshman year in high school, so she's never had the high school experience. So going
Mm.
into next year, she's going to get to have that. And she's just doing great. I mean, and I couldn't ask for anything more. I mean, she is a teenager, so as with all teenagers, there are good days and bad, but she's healthy and happy, and she's really doing well. She has tons of friends, and my husband's doing great also, and he and I spend pretty much every moment we can together. So that's really incredible.
That's amazing. When you look back, because this is your life now, do you just say like, because a lot of women or even people just don't come out the other side. Like, do you really have that sense of appreciation of like, you know, wow, like I'm so lucky.
I absolutely am so, so thankful. And especially when it comes to my husband, when he asked me to marry him, I said I would marry him, but that he could not ask me to change in any way, because I was just trying to figure out who I am again, who I was again, after changing so much in my previous marriage. So I just appreciate the fact that, with all my flaws, he is 100% happy with all of them. And I we joke because I'm a Gemini, and so